My rapture dream, the pre-coming of Jesus Christ from the book of Revelations, also known as the rapture of the church, taking away the church, the saints, the Holy Spirit leaves the earth up to heaven to take part in the wedding supper of the Lamb, etc. up there. So, in this dream, I was downtown. I don't know which city it was or town it was, but I knew it was a wealthy area or rich area. I saw expensive cars around, BMWs, Hyundai Civics, or whatever people call these cars. I've never taken too much of a liking to cars, but I will say they looked fancy, like the people who only had money. They had the most lavish brands of cars there. And some of them was low quality cars or whatever. I don't know, but it was some fancy cars. And the streets look modern day. The sidewalks look modern day. The houses looked modern day. Like the people that and they got money. And it was built by people that knew what they was doing, the construction. People who made these homes, towers in the city or town or whatever that part of the area is called. And the people, they wore blue jeans, skirts, dresses, hair done nicely. People on the side of the street waiting on the bus. The stop sign was around. The bus coming by. The train everywhere rolling somewhere in the background. I didn't see a train, but I knew it was somewhere around. People were going about their very day, being them, going to work, leaving work, going to find some date or whatever, hating on men, hating on women, men being men, women being women, good and evil, going about their very day. And the way it looked like it was about at least 10 or 5 or 20 years or 15 years in the future, or maybe even less. I don't know. I didn't see a clock or a year. But I knew it was somewhere in the 21st century. Because if I would have went even further, like the 22nd century or 23rd century, I would definitely be able to tell which century I was currently standing in the past, present, or future. So I knew it was somewhere in the 21st century, early 21st century, because nothing pretty much changed. Maybe the way the cars looked a little bit, but I'm seeing that them cars on the street right now, wide awake on a daily basis. So I can feel this immediate danger coming. I'm not talking about I just knew. I could feel it in my skin, my body, my ears, heart, brain, even down to the last molecule, even toenail on my body, inside my body, or whatever you want to say. And I feel pending doom about to come seconds from now. I'm not talking about a minute. I'm not talking about an hour. I'm not talking about a month. I'm not talking about a year. I'm not talking about a century. I'm not talking about 100 years later. I'm not talking about 1,000 years later or 20,000 years later. I'm talking about it's happening now, as in seconds. Countdown from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 1. looking up, running around. All over the earth. It's like this trumpet was being annoying as possible, like an instigator. Like the way these angels was blowing this sound, they was literally trying to fuck with people. I mean, they was blowing like the trumpets. All over the earth. And there's YouTube videos of people hearing strong, weird noises, marching bands or whatever playing on the earth, but they can't figure out where it was. The noise comes from everywhere, like the planet is singing in real time, in real life. Look it up on YouTube, Google or whatever. Weird sounds happening around, weird sounds happening around the earth. So people were screaming, heaping and hollering, and I'm telling them the rapture church has happened. I tried to get them ready. The few seconds they have left. And these people, they just doing whatever they want, too busy being scared or looking up. So I see God, Jesus Christ, the clouds open up. He walks up into the middle of the cloud. The dead start rising all over the planet. I literally see the saints going up. I even had this vision of these people coming out of the grave. And I start getting caught up. I start seeing other saints getting caught up. They blasting through the air. And I could feel all these people that was left behind about to be in some serious mess. They was too busy on the caring about themselves. The greed wouldn't get the economy fixed or straight. The government was only concerned about themselves to no end. It was a big mess for centuries after centuries. And I could feel a whole lot of people was mad in heaven and earth. And then Christ says, my people know me by my name. They know my voice. They haven't turned from their righteous ways. They repented if they did, and they try to keep themselves clean. And he spoke with such authority, like he was upset with the world that would be left behind. And so I get caught up, lifted into the air. I could literally feel me taking off mortality. And I'm picking on, putting on immortality. I can feel this tingling sensation. My body starts morphing to how I see myself being. That's perfect. That I'll be satisfied being. And so I started getting lifted up. As I'm lifted up, I can feel this dark wave swooping under me, sweeping under me, far down. I knew it was the evil, Satan's crew. They've been waiting since centuries, since Adam and Eve sinned in the Garden of Eden. They've been waiting for this. I feel this evil presence. Like all the good, the peace you found in your life that you used to, it was all gone. Even the emotions, as soon as me and the other saints left the earth. It was like you in a horror film left behind, like a chainsaw killer. It's coming to get you, whatever that feeling, and you can't do nothing to stop it. And I felt the Antichrist getting up somewhere on the earth. I felt Satan getting up somewhere on the earth somehow. I don't know how I felt it. I just sensed it. I knew, as if I was one with the universe, multiverse, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. And Satan, he did exactly what he did. He got to the Antichrist. They started plotting, coming in peace, and then they started doing a crap evil. Another dream later, I was standing in some line in some building. I thought it was a hospital, but I think it was a hospital, but I felt this evil presence. Like, it's a hospital, but it's not for good. People were walking up to these tables to accept something to be placed on them. One of them turned around. I see some mark on their forehead. I'm like, what's that? Hey, look at me. Hey, right there, that just turned around. Let me see what's on your head. As I look closer, my eyesight starts zooming in on the mark that's on his head. The words, it looked like some kind of lines I couldn't read. But then, as I look closer, the words started to appear, the numbers. 6 started to come into existence on his forehead, the first one. The middle number turned into a 6. The last number on his forehead turned into a 6. Then I look back and read the entire number on his head altogether. 6, 6, 6. 603 score and 6. Mark of the beast, yielding to the Antichrist, the false prophet, and the Antichrist, as my memories told me. And so, in horror, I look back in the line, because I couldn't move. For some reason, I wasn't able to. Another person comes up, gets something on his hand, or she. I look out the line, tell that person, hey, can you show me what's on your hand? Because I'm the type of person, I actually make a big deal about that. Hey, what you got there? Let me see. I look on this person's hand. I see 3 marks that I can't identify yet. I look closely on the skin. The first one was all blurry. The first number started coming to existence to be readable to me, to my eyes. I read something that looked like a 6. This motherfucker got the next number come to existence, blurring away, coming to existence to be readable. I have and see another 6 start coming to existence in the middle. And then I look at the last number, couldn't see it, it was all blurry. And all of a sudden, 6 on this person's right hand. And then I look at this person's hand again to read the numbers completely. It was 6, 6, 6. Some mark of the beast shit. Then I see some old people. I look at them. Hey, let me see what's on your hand and forehead. Let me look. I want to see. I see a 6, 6, a 6 on the right hand. I look at the forehead. I see 6, 6, 6. I look on the right hand again. I see a 6, 6, 6. I look at the God and say, hey, God, let me see the numbers on this building. Take me out there to see. So I look at the buildings or whatever they got. I look at their shit on the books or whatever. I see six, six, six. What the fuck? I immediately took out something and started hitting her. Out to kill him. Eventually I get caught. They looking at me like, are you gonna take the 666 mark? I look at them, I'm like, are you gonna take the 666 mark? Are you gonna take it? Are you gonna take it? Are you gonna take it? Because I'm gonna fuck you up if you do. They already had it. Sir, are you gonna take the mark of the beast, the 666? Fuck you. I start fighting. I start running away. I take some captives with me. Man, I eventually escaped the hospital. Eventually, these motherfuckers caught me again. Last chance to take the 666. I think I hit the person in the nuts. And eventually I got killed. Then I appear in heaven. I look at God. I'm like, I looked at their right hand. I saw three numbers I couldn't read on their right hand. I look closely, zoom in. I see something look like a six. I look in the middle. I see a middle number or word. You turn to a six. I look to the last one. It turned to a six. I read the number again. It's 666. Mark of the beast. 603 scores and six or whatever motherfuckers call that number nowadays. I look at the forehead on them. I read 666. I looked around. All these people leaving with 666 on their right hand and forehead. It looked like I was at the lunatic convention in a horror movie. I wanted to kill them right then and there. I'm surprised I didn't take much of them out before I died. Christ just told me, rest. I'll handle the rest. Man, these people were stupid. And then Satan, many years later in a dream or a nightmare, what you want to call it, Satan told me, this is his words. I am envious. I want what I don't have. I want to be top dog. I don't want to be second best. I want my time to shine. I want to be the top dog, the pack leader, or whatever. I don't want to be taking orders. I want to give the orders. Satan is like that child that wants the toy at the store, but the parents won't give it to him. So Satan starts bickering and hollering and whatnot. And the parents whoop the child's ass. And God gonna do the same to Satan in the end. Except Satan is that murderous child. Man. So like a week or 2 weeks ago, I was had a dream or nightmare, whatever you want to call it. I think it was a dream. So I'm in my bed in the dead of night. I hear some knocking on my door. Like it was this alarming sound. Someone knocked in the bed. I come to the door. It was urgent, so I step out of my bed. I come down. The door opens up by thought. At first, nobody was there, and then Jesus appears out of nowhere, out of thin air. He looks at me, checking books. He read something out of the books or whatever. He looks worried, sad. Something about to happen. I can feel it pouring off his spirit or whatever. Something about to happen outside. My light was on in my room. The rest of the house was in darkness. And then I was sent back to sleep to my bed. So that's all I got.